Yeah, another Mark. Mark 2.
Thank you. This is my first time speaking council, and I know a few of you around the table. To the rest of you ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mark. I'm a pharmacist. I'm an integrative health practitioner. I own Staywell Pharmacy and Staywell Clinic, and I'm known online as Staywell Man. However, instead of checking prescriptions and running my clinic, I'm here to speak to you about the proposed long-term plan, such as my concern and passion over this. The council have said they want to regain trust and show transparency, but I feel the process that you are following is inconsistent with this intent. The old cliche, the devil is in the detail, is certainly my observation, and whilst I consider myself an intelligent man, your long-term plan makes it very hard to truly understand. Perhaps not quite Clockwork Orange newspeak, but certainly it needs to be better and clearer and more concise in its description. As I only have 5 minutes, I can only cover a few points. I'm hoping many of the other contributors will cover the rest. On page 5, what are these shorter and fewer trips that the plan speaks of? Perhaps the page Hamilton Kirikiriroa as a 20-minute city can answer that. Quote, for Access Hamilton, the 20-minute city concept is aspirational and helps those who plan and shape our cities to ensure our communities have the infrastructure needed to move around safely and efficiently and can access facilities and services without having to travel too far or another suburb. Sounds a bit similar to the Christchurch LTP. There's no description like yours on what is considered too far, and just like your plan, there's no description of what exactly is fewer. I've asked publicly and privately, and these requests continue to go unanswered. You speak of climate resilient transport options. Quote, more people choose to travel on foot, by bike, by bus, or by using micro-mobility devices such as scooters. If there was a choice for us in the Garden City, you would think inhabitants would already be choosing these options. In business, supplying more of an underselling product is madness. You need to give your customers more of what they want, not try and sell them more dead stock. Instead of using traffic calming methods to produce low traffic neighbourhoods, or LTNs, as the scheme appears to be the goal, changing road speeds, extensive use of road cones along long patches of roads when there's only individual pieces that are being dealt with, and super short time interviews on traffic signals within the centre city make it frustrating to drive a car. I wonder if these methods are deliberate or just ill-conceived. Newspeak like incentivising or motivating could also be considered coercing, forcing or mandating. It really depends on the size of your thesaurus or the level of inducing choice. I run a karate club in Denton Park in Hornby, and I note a new sign that says you'll be planting more trees. I did wonder whether that was to improve carbon dioxide conversion, and as I stand and look at the dense tree margin now, noting the terribly poorly maintained current number, I did wonder what the point was, and wondered whether we'd need to be calling it Denton Forest. I understand recently that there is a pollen issue there, and there are some other issues that I wasn't aware of, but I think the new ones are going to need greater attention. We talk about carbon dioxide. It's currently 0.04% of the air. I ask people, they think it's 20 or 30%. 0.04%. What was it 100 years ago? 0.03%. It has increased by 0.01% in the last 100 years. So humans are thought to contribute to 2% of that. Australia is thought to contribute to 3% of that. We're not as big as Australia, so let's say we're 0.5%. 0.5% of 2% of 0.01% is 0.00001% over 100 years. Why are we focusing on carbon dioxide? Review the math and realise this is perhaps a misguided mindset. Far from science, and whilst Russia, India and China will continue to pour their emissions into the atmosphere, we don't even feature. And maybe we should be turning our focus elsewhere to the things that really matter. I've been observing your population intensification methods, and I note the limited total lack of car parks. This is either ill-conceived or intentional. And why are we doing this? It's normally only within places that have limited land space. We have plenty. Your long-term plan is not unique in many aspects. Your plan mimics Access Hamilton, which mimics Oxford UK's 15-minute city, also Pontevedra City in Spain with their smart city process. So I feel some of this stuff has not been, I'm not a fan of reinventing the wheel, but do Cantabrians really want what is being proposed? How can we get an answer if the newspeak we're using in our long-term plan lacks definition with terminology? With regards to your rate increases, let me be succinct. No, they are unacceptable and you need to find other ways. So in closing, I implore you to say what you do and do what you say. Be transparent in order to regain trust. Ask your population what they want and explain what your nebulous terms really mean, and keep central, as I know you do, that you are here to serve the people of Canterbury and not other interests. I thank you for listening, and I ask you to give this your earnest consideration. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mark. That's brilliant. Okay.